Hello, everyone, and welcome today to today's local food marketing webinar. We will be talking about how to market your food business without social media. Hot topic. We're excited to share about it. We have 30 minutes, which, we have a lot to run through, so we're excited to get going. First, just in case you don't know about us, we are Taste the Local Difference. We are a marketing agency. We're based in Michigan, but we work with folks all across the United States and beyond on local food marketing efforts. So that looks like working with farmers and food businesses to promote their products and produce through online and offline marketing solutions. That could be websites, design, et cetera, et cetera. I'm Emily Rao. I'm the Director of Communications here. I'm a Michigan State University alum. I studied sustainable agriculture and food systems, worked on farms all over, and farm to school teacher as well. I've been with TLD since 2021, and I'm in Southeast Michigan. And I will let my marketing director friend and coworker, Kelly, introduce herself as well.
Hey y'all, also a Michigan State alum. So I was born and raised in Michigan, but I'm now based in Vancouver, Washington. I've been working in marketing for over 10 years now, and a lot of digital project management, a lot of website builds, branding efforts, etc. I'm a very big advocate for local sustainable food systems and a forager, cook, and home grower. So I have a pretty big garden myself. Yeah, and love working at TLD alongside Emily here.
Yes, and look at this beautiful picture of garlic here. We're both avid garlic growers as well. So why get off social media? We talk to farmers all the time, usually farmers, but also food business owners who hate to be on social media, whether it's just too much to handle as a like timing wise, or there's the algorithm reach can be unpredictable. Are people even seeing your posts? It's hard to get consistent visuals because you're working all the time. So like snapping photos, like who has the time for that? Also, ads can be expensive if that's something you're being told to do or looking to do. Some people just don't like social media and don't think they want to be involved in it for ethical reasons. And also, if you are in a rural area or your customers are more like an older group of folks who are maybe less online or in the social media groups. And also we're seeing the younger generations also sort of step away from social media. So for all of these reasons, looking to other avenues and platforms to market your business or farm is a great step and totally valid step to do. It's not giving up, it's going for something else. And I mean, we are a marketing agency, so obviously we talk about social media, we recommend it to certain folks, but it's surely not the only solution. You don't have to be viral to be visible. It actually can be pretty unsustainable to keep up that sort of presence. So even if you have one thing that goes crazy, matching that energy can feel overwhelming. Also, your algorithm can like shut you down because like you're not maintaining that level. So alternative digital solutions can be great for that sustainable growth, and then also feel like you're connecting more to your audience and not just kind of speaking to an algorithm or speaking to like what you might think social media users want to see. So first things first is you find your customers offline. So check out where your consumers actually are. Are they in food clubs, like hubs, boards? You can connect with the folks in your direct community to see where they're looking for their food information. Are they reading? Are they listening? Where are they going? Magazines, newspapers, online directories, all of these places can be where your consumers are. And one place they are, yes, they're on their phones, maybe they're on social media, but they're definitely on some sort of search engine like Google. And when they come across a place, they're often using the internet to search businesses near me, or they hear about a business, they're looking you up. So that online presence in a sense of like Google business searching and websites are really important as well. This pro tip down here is interesting, is that having a flyer somewhere can outperform a social post just because someone can see it over and over and over again. So a well-placed offline material can be really important for your business as well. This is an example. We have these mailers we designed for Ypsilanti Farmers Market that went out to people in the surrounding areas. So if people don't see the social post they did, people all around that community got something directly mailed to them. So that's another example of some offline marketing.
Awesome. Yeah, building off of what Emily mentioned on the previous slide, I would say that your website is one of your biggest assets, and it is so very important to keep it updated. Your website should very clearly show who you are and what you do, and communicate it in a way that is aligned with your values and with your tone and how you're speaking to people at market, is very important as well, making sure that where you're located and who you serve is updated, as well as, if you have a market stand or you're going to different markets, I would encourage you to make sure that your hours are updated, of when folks can visit, and then also which markets you're participating in is also important. You want to make sure that when customers are landing on your website, whether it's direct or from organic search, that they're able to contact you and reach out to you, and I would say first and foremost, how they're able to purchase your products. So online or offline, if it's available online, making sure that your product descriptions are updated, making sure that your offerings are updated. And then if it's offline, again, reiterating that we want the locations to be updated that they can purchase your products at, so they're not showing up somewhere that doesn't have your products, and then you're losing that brand loyalty with people. And then also mentioning the current information should be updated. We don't want anything on the website to have previous years listed, unless it's a blog post or something talking about something that happened in the past. But otherwise, updated information, all with the current year, and keeping your photography up to date as well. Photos of your product, your business, and you. At TLD, we really emphasize updated photos, updated professional photography, if that's something you're able to do. If not, just making sure that you're taking quality photos yourself and having those updated on your website. And as Emily also mentioned, SEO is very important and it is a free tool. I could go on, but I know we only have 30 minutes here, and I will try to keep my passion concise. But making sure that your website is updated in terms of SEO is so important. Um, Emily mentioned Google Business Profile, which is going to help your local search engine optimization. And for folks, it's just making sure that when people are searching for products related to your business, that your business is showing up in search results. So we want to make sure that everything on your website in terms of alt text, meta descriptions, title tags are all updated. Depending on what your website's built on, you can do a quick Google search, SEO for Squarespace, SEO for Shopify, and you'll get a lot of articles and resources that tell you how to implement SEO best practices. And it's everything from your content, how it shows up on the front end, to also your back end of the website, and updating those alt text, um, refreshing pages regularly to make sure that it's answering questions that people currently have and staying up to date with those trends. You can use tools like SEMrush or Google Search Console. SEMrush has a lot of paywalls in terms of having to pay for their service, but there are some free tools available for use to put your URL in and understand what people are searching for and how they're finding your website through organic search results. And there's also Moz, M-O-Z, that has a good free keyword tool that you can use. But yeah, I would just encourage you to Google these tools, and there are a lot of resources out there on how to set them up, whether it's Google Search Console, Google Analytics, etc.
And I will say, SEO is something when I started at TLD, that wasn't my knowledge, that wasn't my like skill. I had a huge gap and I didn't know what SEO stood for. So there are resources with Taste the Local Difference, and then everywhere out there. And something we can help you with as well. It can be really overwhelming to think about if there's a lot of jargon, like all text, meta descriptions, all of those things. So we're here for you. Email marketing is something we encourage all of our folks to get into because it's an opt-in audience of people who are excited to hear from you, or if not excited, at least interested to hear from you. So having signups at farmers market or your pop-ups, if you have a brick and mortar, awesome. On your website, there's a million places where you can start building that list of folks. And even if you don't have a newsletter or something regular you're sending out, you can start building that email list so that you have subscribers when you do start that. You can do, if you have a CSA, it could be weekly during your season. If it's you have honey, or if you have jams, something more monthly that explains like what to do with your product, what's in season. It might include a recipe, blog post, events, etc. Just a consistent way to connect with your audience, and keep you at top of mind as well. You can also, with email marketing, segment your audience. So maybe these are folks who are in a certain region, or how they found you, or things that they're interested in, or what they bought from you. And it can really go down this rabbit hole of very intricate flows and things with your email, but also on its basic level, if you're just starting out, creating a template for your email newsletters and a set schedule. That's really all you need to really start building that trust and information. And it's a consistent form of marketing. Yeah, also, and this little pro tip at the end is to expand your email list. You can always add something in the footer, like, did you receive this from a friend? A lot of times people will forward me little tips and things, or recipes, and to things that I'm not subscribed to, and they might subscribe to you as well.
I will say, since I've started at TLD, my email subscriptions have skyrocketed to all sorts of farm and food businesses. So that is a very effective tactic. Um, in tandem with email marketing is the rise of SMS texting. So SMS marketing, it works really well because it's instant communication with folks who are potential customers or existing customers. It's really great for limited time offers and last minute updates. It doesn't take as much of a lift as creating a whole email in a template, so you can really send out those in a effective way in terms of time. And the open rates are higher than most email campaigns, so folks are opening those texts, and it doesn't have to be anything spammy or overwhelming for the consumers or yourself as the business, but some examples would be just letting folks know when the farm stand is open, that apple picking season is starting, or blueberry picking season is starting, etc. Or if you're starting to sell your CSA shares, if the sign up link is now open, you can text folks to let them know and give them a CTA prompt, so a call to action to make sure that there is a click that they can make to do that purchase or do that sign up, or just understand more about what's for sale at the farm stand. So it can be a really truncated version of the information, with a quick call to action that's quick and easy to get out to your customers. And also playlists are a fun one, and you can add pictures as well. So again, touching on the photography piece, it's really just a great way to stay in touch with your customers that's engaging for them.
Yeah, totally. I always talk about how there's a couple businesses that use text messaging like marketing, and that I don't type out stuff to, because I like their content, and I'll buy from them a few times a year, because I will see a promotion that I'm interested in. But sometimes I just like seeing their content. So it is one of those things that's interesting because you can really snag people with, yeah, like a playlist. Or another thing is like, I think what's unique about maybe our marketing agency is we also think like authentic relationships, and not just spamming people with useless information. We don't think that's important. Like, we don't think that's the end all be all, is just sell, which you should sell, but also like coupling it with education or things people are actually interested in. So people are actually interested in like a cool event or a farm to table dinner, or like, why is that important? Or apple season, apple picking season with your family. Like, I do look for those things. So making sure the content is something you want to share, people are interested in, will make it so it's less of a spammy thing or something annoying. You feel like you're annoying sending out a message. Also, power of word of mouth. So, referral programs are a great way to market yourself. There's nothing better than hearing something from a friend. Like Kelly said, she's subscribed to so many different like farm, um, business emails and things. It's because usually someone tells you about them or forwards something along, or um, I've recently said like my biggest influencers in my life are my friends. And so I'm not going to buy anything that a friend hasn't told me about, which is not super true, but I really am influenced by my friends and what they say. Also, referral programs are great. If bring a friend, get a discount, or leave us a testimonial, get $5 off. Repeat visitors or reviews are great times to market your product. And then you can use those quotes, those testimonials, which I think we also have another slide about, but on your website, in your email, um, basically anywhere you are, like a flyer, offline or online, you can use those testimonials and turn them into videos or graphics, um, or things on your site.
Yeah, and this builds off of that too, storytelling beyond the screen. Just being able to speak about your brand and taking up space and really, existing in a space with a lot of competitors is difficult. But a really great opportunity would be to partner with local journalists or community radio. A lot of time with our clients, part of my marketing plan is doing a press release for them and sending them a press release template and just getting them to talk about their differentiators, what they're doing differently, something new and exciting that's coming up, why what they're doing is important. Are they part of a marginalized community where they're trying to bring attention to it and bring attention to an issue, or are you doing something niche that not a lot of other people are offering or nobody else is offering? Local news outlets are really looking for those stories, especially now the transparency and just accountability and being able to talk about what you do in a genuine way is important. So, a lot of times I love to tell our clients to write that press release, get it out to local podcasts or niche newsletters that are advocating for what you're advocating for and are aligned with your values, aligned with what you're doing and what you're talking about. And press releases aren't very difficult to write. It really takes some high-res photos, your logo, a few paragraphs about yourself and what you're doing and why what you're doing is important. And also time is an important piece there too. So seasonal happenings, like Emily mentioned, she is looking for those apple picking opportunities for the farm dinners. People want to know about these things. So being able to reach a larger audience with, let's say, one press release, as opposed to, having to build that social following, you can reach a really wide audience this way in more traditional media senses, newspapers, podcasts, local news. Even offering to be a recurring segment for a guest on a local TV or radio. You can see our CEO here on the right, Trisha, during a local news segment. That was really impactful for TLD and the clients that we serve and help. Yeah, so just a really great opportunity that can sometimes be a low lift effort for you as well.
Yeah, and then we also say it's like, okay, you've created this press release, you send it to all these folks. Even if one person is like, yes, I'm going to have you on my news segment, or yes, I'm going to invite you on as a podcast guest speaker, like that's a huge impact for you, even if it's just one thing comes of it. So why not? Um, on that kind of same vein of local collaborations, um, talking to other businesses in your area, maybe you're wholesaling to a restaurant or a retailer. those folks, maybe they do have more of a social following. That's something you can offer up as like, hey, like if you do product features or farmer features, um, retail it like client features on your social. Here are some images, here's some about me that you can feature. And then same thing with email. There's a bunch of ways you can collaborate, but this specifically for social. Here's some examples of like Eastern Market is a popular market in Michigan. They sort of do like a meet the makers, and it's like a mashup of all of these folks, these vendors at the market, or Aquanaker Market is out of South Dakota. They have these like vendor spotlights. And the great thing is you don't have to have the social presence to have this marketed to an audience. So you can also, let's see, yeah, I think I've covered that one. But making sure that also a CTA is maybe in there. So it's like maybe offering like learn more about on like their website, or like giving them like, hey, if you want to learn more about like say Pine Ridge apiaries, like visit their website, sign up for their email list. Again, it's like a recommendation from your wholesale folks, and also like making sure you do something for them as well, because you can offer them like, hey, we'll do an email about the retailer that you're talking about or the restaurant through your email list, or feature with like backlink on your website or something like
Yeah, and this even builds on that. So with those collaborations and everything we've mentioned previously, events, pop-ups, and presence are just as important and a great alternative to social media too, because you're talking to people, you're talking to your customers, you have a presence in the community. Um, so trying to keep a consistent event schedule, and it doesn't have to be anything overwhelming, but just showing people where you're showing up and where you're selling your products and what events you're participating in, whether it's farmers markets or workshops, tastings. And don't feel like you have to make the lift by yourself. I would say that the previous slide about collaboration is very important when doing these things. Um, it takes the whole community to be able to promote the local food system. So really leaning on those folks around you, but also posting flyers around town, or asking local event calendars out here in the Portland area. We have Ever Out, which just posts all of our um, farm updates, all of our farmers markets, all of our events, farm to table events, etc. So that can be a great resource that is maintained by, a different entity, but you can use that free tool to post your events on. Um, and then another lift is adding your event schedule to your website and emails. So just having that link readily available for folks, for customers and consumers to be able to click into. And then hosting a pop-up at stores to sell your product, or that sell your product, to meet customers face to face. So this is a great in-person experience. I think about local grocers here, small co-ops that have a lot of folks who are either a new product or a well-established existing product, to continue to build that brand trust and transparency, and also meet those customers face to face and really get those loyal followers and loyal customers set up.
that. Yeah, definitely. Another thing, something I love, I think everyone loves, is a great piece of merch, whether that's a t-shirt or a tote. I particularly love a tote or sticker. There's tons of things that you can do that promote your brand or your product, your business, your farm for you. Especially if it's a really cool one. So like, like, hey, what is that? What is that farm? Maybe I'll go and Google that after I see a sticker or a shirt, which then it ties into your website and your SEO and things like Google search. But just making sure it's eye-catching. You can work with artists in the area as well, which another thing that touches different audiences. When the artist posts about it, like their followers and their community can learn about you and vice versa. And then just making sure though you have a consistent branding across packaging and signage. So with your merch, with your signage, there's this flow so people can recognize like, oh, like I've seen that before, and I know I've seen that. on this like market stand, or I know this is that farm that we're talking about, and oh, also I'm going to buy this. Um, it's like word of mouth, but like on your shirt or on a tote.
Yeah, that's a great tip. I have been requesting some TLD merch so I can just wear it all the time. But I am a sucker for farm merch. Any farm that I visit as a client, I think I come away with something. So definitely part of the brand scheme for sure. And another big part of this is encouraging reviews and user-generated content. So a lot of this goes back to trust and transparency and folks being able to trust what you're doing and what you're promoting. And as opposed to it coming from you, it's really helpful in the marketing world for it to come from an outside perspective. So it builds trust, it builds brand loyalty. And a simple way to do this is if you don't have a Google business profile set up, I would hop off of this call and go set one up right now. It's very easy. It is a free tool and it is great for local search. And it is the one thing I recommend to everybody and anybody. Even if you don't have an address, you can set up a service area. Um, and then Google provides a review link that you can get in the back end of Google Search Console. I'm sorry, Google Business Profile. They have so many platforms, but they have a review link that you can use. It's just a very short URL that you can either turn into a QR code to put on physical print materials, or you can put that URL into email campaigns, into SMS messaging. So I would use that URL for folks to be able to directly go to your Google Business Profile and leave a review. And then you can repurpose those reviews anywhere from, your website. You can direct people to them. You can use those reviews on social if you do post once in a while. But yeah, you can offer small promos to encourage reviews, respond to all reviews as well, even if they're good or bad. And just want to make sure that your customer base sees that you're engaged. You can see a really good example on the right here from one of our clients. Just replying to reviews, encouraging and thanking folks for interacting with them and yeah, this last point here too, encouraging user-generated content. So not just leaving a review, but also having a photo of your product, a photo of them engaging with your product or at your farm, being able to post, show us your recipe, using our honey and get $5 off your next jar. So small incentives like that to be able to get some more of that user-generated content.
There's also a ton of online databases or directories. Here are a few. In Michigan, Taste the Local Difference, we've got one. Texas Center for Local Food has one. In Wisconsin, there's Farm Fresh Atlas. But no matter where you are in the country or beyond, there's going to be something online where there's a list of farms or food businesses. You can search a local food directory, try to hook up with some of these folks. A lot of the listings are free. There's typically a paid option as well, but a lot of them have this like free listing for you to list your like could be your growing practices, your certifications, links to your website. So just kind of going into all of these spaces online and offline where people are already looking like this isn't online, but I know like the Parks and Rec like magazine that comes to me, there's businesses in there as well, sort of as a directory. So finding those, creating a free listing. Again, it's like one of those things where you set it up once. You can go in and update information as you want, but it's kind of this just existing thing that's marketing for you without having to think of it all of the time. Kelly, go ahead.
Yeah, lastly, just deciding where to focus. Talk to your customers, see how they're finding their information, see how they're getting to your business and how they're getting to other businesses that they're interacting with, how they're finding people in their community, making sure that you're analyzing those results. So if you test something new, just make sure to take a look back at it. How did it perform? Did you gain any customers? Did you gain any engagement from it? And then be sure to experiment. So try one or two of the new methods at a time. Doesn't have to be everything all at once. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. It can be something as simple as taking a look at your website and updating a few alt text, updating a few meta descriptions, or just taking a quick SEO course, just a free one to understand it a little bit better. And then track your performance. So UTM codes might be a little bit in the weeds, but you can track who's going to your website, setting up a Google Analytics profile. If you have a Squarespace website, looking at Squarespace Analytics, just start to understand and track how these efforts are working and see how you're performing in search results and see how you're showing up for customers.
And I know we're at 1:30, but we just have a couple more slides. We will be emailing a recording of this. We'll upload it to YouTube after today, and so you will be receiving an email if you have to hop off. But these are our closing thoughts, that you can grow connection without just growing this follower base on social media. That can be fickle. Authentic relationships are key. And so just focusing on what matters most, like the slide previous, Kelly talking about growing those connections, strong branding, reliable communication, those are all going to get you really far. And we have this resource that you can download now using our QR code, or you can go to our site. It's a free resource you can download that kind of just walks through all of the things we talked about today, sort of as a checklist. And feel free to return to this webinar whenever. We also have other resources on our site. We talked a lot about SEO and email marketing and those things that you can revisit. If you're interested in talking more specifics about your business, your food business, or your farm, we are always available. So we've got our emails listed here. We do like 30-minute consults. I know that that can be for free, and like there's a lot of like, paid services we do as well. We really are here to uplift local food and farmers and food business owners, and that's our pillar. So reach out to us if you need support, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks everybody.